and welcome back to Review Station for another model locomotive review. Now it has been a while since I've done a review, so I thought, yeah, we better get to it. So in today's video then, we are looking at the new EFE rail Beattie well tank. Now I've been after one of these for quite some time, and I had quite a surprise when Bachmann decided to re-release these under the EFE brand. So in today's video then, we're going to take a look what we get in the box. We'll take a good look at the locomotives, have a look at the detail and the paintwork and any other features it may have, see how it performs, and then we'll have a few shots of it running around here at Jubilee Road, and then a quick conclusion and, yeah, my proper thoughts on the locomotive. So yes, this is the all-new EFE rail Beattie well tank. Well, if you're expecting a new model, this isn't it. It's not a new model, it's a re-release. Just bear that in mind. So what we get in the box then, as usual, we get the sort of the operator's manual, you could say, and it gives you loads of hints and all that kind of stuff, and a brief history just here. These are very early locomotives. You can see there, 1872. So yeah, it's quite an early design. Now, in the box, we do get two detailing back. We get the fire irons, which is a nice touch. They didn't have to put that in there. And then we get the usual detailing pack. In there we got coupling hooks. We got the discs that southern region locomotives used to have. We got piping and bits and pieces in there. So it's a pretty good size detailing back. And then obviously we get the loco itself, and here it is. So the next up then, let's take a closer look at this Beattie well tank. As usual then, let's start with the front of the locomotive. So there we go then, we can see the front of the locomotive. We've got quite a nice bit of detail on the front. We do have a separately fitted smoke box door dart and loads of separately fitted lamp irons. You can see some by the side of the smoke box and some on the actual running plate just above the buffers. Now going down to the buffers, really sadly they're not sprung and they are moulded plastic buffers. That's not an amazing start, but they don't look too bad. And then on the buffer beam we do have some nice rivet detail, and we've got the location holes there for the extra detail if you wish to fit those. And obviously we got the number there on the front, which is number 3298. And obviously you can see where the NEM coupling fits in as well. Looking down the side of the model, there is plenty of detail to speak of. We've got quite a few pipes and valves towards the front of the smoke box there. You can see those, which have been picked out and painted reasonably well. We do have pipework then going up the side of the boiler towards the whistles and stuff there. We got some lovely lining on the model. I don't know if you can see that. All over actually, the lining's done to an extremely high standard. If we go a bit lower down, we do have the brake raking pre-fitted. We do have a representation of the suspension. You can just see it there above the front trailing wheel. You can just see that up there. And that linkage is quite complicated at the front of this locomotive, just behind the cylinder. For such a small loco, that's quite a complicated part of the model, isn't it? The wheels are then painted the same colour as the locomotive and look to be pretty fine and very nicely modelled too. At the rear of the locomotive now, we have the number again, which is on the cab side as well as the rear of the locomotive. We do have quite a few lamp irons. There's 5 lamp irons there. Actually, yeah, there is. There's 5. That's quite a lot of lamp irons. Again, you've got the location holes for the extra detail if you wish to fit that. The buffers, yeah, I mentioned that before. They're moulded plastic, as again, yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that. Going further up then, we do have the glazing, which is all separately fitted glazing. No big chunky plastic things right across the cab. The windows are separately glazed with some nice gold lining around them as well. So, yeah, this locomotives turn out to be rather nice. Quick look at the cab detail then. Sorry it's a little bit darker in there because obviously there's a lot of black paint in there. Yeah, it's all been picked out relatively well. It's not the most detailed cab I've ever seen, but at least they have gone to the trouble of painting it, and it's quite nice detail anyway. And as I said loads of times before, the loco is running around your layout, you can't hardly see the cab detail, especially on a closed cab like this. And you can see what I was on about with the windows. They are separately fitted, as you can see, they are not one piece all the way across. Now we are on the layout here at Jubilee Road. Just a few technical things about the model before we run it. Now, it's extremely easy to fit a decoder. All you need to do is remove the front smoke box just here, but be very careful of the smoke box start. You remove that and you pull the circuit board out through the front, fit the decoder and slide the whole lot back in. So no screwdrivers, no tools, nothing like that. And I believe it is a 6-pin decoder according to the manual, so that's the one you will need to get. So that is a really easy way of doing it. The locomotive is extremely light, just also bear that in mind. It really is very light locomotive, so if you're expecting for it to pull, well, I don't know, 4 or 5 coaches, it might on level track, but most people's track isn't level. So then, let's give it its run. Now this is going to be interesting, considering how light the model is. I don't think you can ask for much better than that. That is fantastic, smooth and slow running there. Yeah, that is really impressive. You might notice my voice slightly further away from the camera as I'm controlling the model, but you really can't ask for any better running quality than that. That's really, really impressive. Just bring it back into shot for you now. Oh yeah, that. You really can't do any better running quality than that. I don't think you can really ask for any better running quality straight out of the box than that. That was absolute perfection. There was no messing about, there's no motor noise. It really is a great runner, this. Overall, yes, it's a lovely looking model. You know, it's nice detail, shame it's all plastic, but the painting and the lining is done really, really well. And overall, it's a nice looking model. Now, I have to mention the massive, massive elephant in the room, and I think you know where I'm going with this. It's the price. These are £120 or over, which is a ridiculously high price to pay for this, considering what you're getting. What Bachmann were thinking of when they did that, I really, really don't know. You can't re-release an old tooling like this and chuck a massive price tag on it. Sorry, Bachmann, that is not how you do it. I understand you have to make money, but that is stupid. If it had metal running plate and boiler or something like that, an extra weight, and some of the detailing was metal, fair enough, you probably would be able to charge that, you really would. But as virtually everything on this model is plastic, that is not acceptable price. That's my opinion. Mind you, I don't think it's just my opinion, is it? Well, do I still recommend you go out and buy one? Yeah, I do actually. It's a beautiful looking model. You can see it sitting there in front of you, and I said, it runs like a dream. If you're really after one, go and get one, guys. Just seriously, I know you're going to be paying way too much for these, so don't expect it to be absolutely incredible when you get it and weigh loads. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, I still like it. It's a lovely looking thing. Out of 10, oh dear, this is going to be my lowest score I've ever given. I'm only going to give it, I don't know, 5.5, maybe 6 out of 10. It's just because that ridiculous price for a plastic model is not acceptable in my opinion. But there we go, that is it. So let's run it around here then at the layout, get a couple of shots of it working around the layout. So I'll be back here at Jubilee Road with loads more railway content for you in the next few days. Bye everyone.